Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and rooted and of a fair continent. And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. And the Philistine said to David, Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air and to the beasts of the field. Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite thee and take thy head from thee. And I will give the carcass of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel.
Oh, yes.
Verse 47. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with swords and spears, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into my hands. And every day, brothers and sisters, we must realize that it's not our battle. Amen. It's the Lord. Amen. God is our Lord. Oh, Lord. Read into our hearing. Mark chapter 4, verses 35 through 41. And the word of God says, And the same day when the evening was come, he said unto them, Let us pass over unto the other side. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awaked him and said unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. Yeah. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey? Yeah, right. Tonight I want to speak to y'all a little bit from verse 37. I want to speak to y'all about the storms of life. All right? The storms of life. And some of us now sitting right in this building might be going through a storm. Mercy, Lord. Entering a storm. A storm is just passing over. You know, we sing that song, Hallelujah, the storm is passing over. Brother Scott, you know, when I was younger, I used to hear old people say that in the church about, you know, no matter how good we are or what we do, they're going to come in our life and they for a purpose. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we must do. They're for a purpose. And to put something on your plate tonight. When that purpose, God got a purpose for it, no matter how long the storm takes, you're going to stay in that storm till God gets through it. Come on now. Amen. So we must have good attitudes and good motives. Yeah. There you go. About bad situations. Yeah. I like that. We must have a good attitude and good motives about bad situations. Paul tells us in Romans chapter 8 and verse 20, we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord, who are called according to his purpose. Sometimes we don't reflect back to Scripture and realize that these things are going to happen. Nah, I'm not going to try. I'm trying not to be long. There are three kinds of storms. One that God allows. What I mean by that, I'm not going to go through all the Scripture. I'm going to try to stay with it. The one that God allowed, we got Job for a perfect example.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Job didn't even know, the Bible said Job didn't know what was going on.
Right.
But we can learn from Job. Job held on to the Lord's hand.
He did.
But he did not know Lord. So that's a storm that God allowed. There are storms that other people put you in.
All right.
Sometimes you get in a storm and you don't even know why you're in the storm. Your name all caught up in something and you ain't said a word or done nothing. But you in the storm.
Yes.
All right.
That's right.
It's there. It's storm. It's storm. And then you got a storm that God allows to teach you something.
Mercy.
All right.
That's what the storm they're going through now. Because it's all started when Jesus fed all them 5,000 men. That didn't count the children and all that. When he fed them and they talking about, this story ties into the rest of the gospel. They talking about, we forgot to take food. Y'all just seen Jesus feed all these people. And how many baskets did you take home? And Jesus said, y'all, I'm telling y'all to beware of this. False doctrine. I'm telling y'all to beware of this other stuff. Sometimes, brothers and sisters, we get caught up so much on food. It ain't just about physical. It ain't about food. It's about physical things till we miss the point where God wants to be spiritual. He wants to be on the spiritual level and get ready for some stuff that's going to come in our life, because we need to be prepared for the things that's coming in our life through these storms.
All right.
Help me, Lord, Holy Spirit, help me. Now, there's a storm that God allowed. There's a storm that others caused. But we're going to stay with this storm right here that Jesus is going to teach us a lesson. He sent one to us. Because in verse 37, the Bible says, and there arose a great storm. We just come through some storms right here, physical storms. You got Channel 4, we got doctors and all this here can tell you when the storm comes sometimes. But when these storms come, we don't have no warning.
No mercy.
Because the Bible says, and they just had got in the ship. Jesus told them to get in the ship, and he told them, let's go to the other side. And the Bible said, and there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. So sometimes, Brother Brian, when those storms come, they hit us suddenly. And they knock us to the side.
All right. All right.
They knock us to the side now. They knock us aside. It ain't nothing with the storm hitting us, but what we need to do, what we need to learn is what to do when the storm hits us.
All right.
That's what we need to do, because now it's time for the disciples to learn something now. Because we just like disciples. We disciples. So it's time for us to learn why these storms are coming in our life.
All right.
Now it's up to us to figure out, did we do them? Did we cause them? Or is God allowed them? Because sometimes storms come in different forms.
All right.
Now sometimes, let me speak on this storm too. Sometimes, Brother Crawley, it's a storm going up in here.
All right.
God speak that storm inside us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sometimes it's a battle going on.
Yeah, all right, sure.
Paul talks about it. It's a battle going on, and sometimes he has to speak that storm inside us as well.
All right.
But
That's that spirit.
let me get back to this.
All right.
And verse 38 says, and he was in the hinder part, talking about Jesus, the part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awaked him and said unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? Now, ain't that like Jesus? Jesus full in the flesh. He full of God. But Jesus done went down there and got him a pillow and went to sleep.
All right. You already know what's going to happen.
Come on, talk to me, brother. Jesus already knows what's going to happen. Because the one in the bottom of the ship sleeping is the one who was in the book of Genesis before Genesis came.
Come on,
he
now.
created everything.
Come on now.
All right.
So he already knows he ain't worried about the wind. He ain't worried about the sea. He's not worried about the elements because they obey him. So that let us know when we think God sleep, God ain't sleep.
Right.
God awoke watching everything. So when we are going through our struggles and dealing with the storms of life, we need to learn how to holler out and say, Lord, Brother Tupper said this morning, Lord, have mercy on me.
Yes.
You ain't got to give me the scripture about it. Just say, Lord, have mercy on me. So Jesus is on the pillar of sleep. And the disciples say, let's wake him. And said to him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? Why did you ask Jesus a question like that? He in the ship with you. He in the ship with you. And we ask him, Lord, why you kept, sometimes, that's why he asked him about the faith part, Brother Pro. We have to go back and check ourselves about the faith part. Why you asking him these things, and he already bearing right along with us.
Come on now.
He bearing right along with us. Do we think we're doing it on our own from the start, Brother Stars? That may be the problem. We think we're doing it from our own from the start. And Jesus trying to show us that it's not on your own, it's on my accord. That you abiding in this. I got this. I just fed them 5,000 people. And I done showed you all these miracles, and you still don't believe that I am the Son of God. You done gave up, Peter, y'all done gave up fish, y'all left all this stuff behind, and y'all don't follow me, and you still don't believe. Sometimes it takes us a period of time for us to grow to that faith.
All right.
Sometimes it takes a period of time to go through that faith, through the storm. And he said, verse 39, no, I don't want to get that. Come on, Campbell. But I want to show you something. I was talking to myself yesterday. News in my mind. I was talking to myself. You're not the only one talking to myself. I was talking to myself. Let me read this to you. Because I told you I ain't going to be long. Jesus took his disciples from the classroom of life to the laboratory of life.
All right.
Sometimes we got to get us out the classroom.
All right.
Of life. Sometimes we get too used to sitting in the classroom. And we don't want to get out of the spiritual.
That's good stuff.
The real thing. The hardest. Sometimes we got to get us. Sometimes, think about it in the book of Acts. When, after the day of Pentecost, the Bible said the church was growing exceedingly. And then it came a guy named Saul. The Bible said breathing out habit against the church. And then when that pressure came, the apostles stayed, but the church spread, and the gospel went to get preached everywhere.
All right.
Ain't that a story?
Yes, it is.
So when Saul came, breathing out that habit and concerning against the church, the gospel went out and kept spreading. Sometimes, brothers and sisters, we might sit too much and don't be carrying the gospel like we should.
All right.
Speak, son.
Sometimes we might do. I'm just talking. I'm just having a little fun side to check with the church.
All right.
Sometimes the storms come to put us into the laboratory where God wants us to be, where we can be effective at bringing others. Because if we sit and we ain't doing that, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? But if we in the laboratory, it's like I like when you use that word laboratory in the commentary, because if you're a chemist, God is a chemist, and you mixing this to make this and this to make that, you got to do some work in preparation to bring forth the island that need to be made, right? So you got to do some work. You got to do some work in a laboratory, a pharmacist, a chemist. He got to be a smart person because he got to mix the right formulas together. If he don't, he gonna blow himself up. He got to blow himself up. So God wants to put, but God's like this here. God don't put nothing on us that is complicated.
All right, yes, sir.
All we got to do is just follow the instruction.
We make it up.
Just follow the instruction. All he do is tell us to go and tell you. He didn't tell you how you had to tell it. You got your own way to tell it. You got your own way to tell it. You got your own way to tell it. And you know what? Another thing too. We need to stop thinking in the Lord's church. If you ain't teaching the class, you ain't behind the pulpit, if you ain't this, if you ain't that you ain't important in the church. Not with God, you ain't. Everything in the Lord's church is important. Everything in the Lord's church. I don't care if you can't, just greet somebody at the back door, tell them hello. You are important in the Lord's church. Because guess what? Only you can do what God got you to do.
That's right.
And you can do it effectively because God gave it to you to do it. We still talking about storm. We still talking about storm. And it said, having just taught, God's power will cause his kingdom to grow to the worldwide proportion of influence. God's power is seen overcoming the danger of storms. Jesus stilled the storm. Yeah. In the Old Testament, such power resides only in God. Let's go to the 65th division of Psalms. Let's read that verse 7. Let's read a couple scriptures, then we'll come back. Y'all all right?
Yes,
Come on, y'all.
All right.
The 56th division of Psalms. Let's see what God did in the Old Testament. 65th. 65. 65 divisions. I might be talking to the country. You try to see how I talk pro. Don't look, don't find it. You don't see it. Don't see it. The 65 divisions. Let's read verse 7.
Which stilleth the noise of the seas, the noise of their waves, and the tumult of the people.
See, you see that? I just want to read that one verse because we're going to the 107 verse. He said, which stealeth the noise of the sea, the noise of the wave, and the tumult of the people. This psalm showing God's power in nature. Yeah. All right, let's go to the 107th division psalm.
Amen.
107th division psalm. And I'll be right there, Brother Starr. But I don't have to get you over there. 107. Let's start back at verse 23 to 29. Start at verse 23.
They that go down to the sea in ships and do business in great waters, these see the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. For he commanded and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifted up the waves thereof. They mount up to the heavens, they go down again to the depths. Their souls is melted because of trouble. They reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man and are at their wits' end.
Read.
Then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he bringeth them out of their distress. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still.
Read.
Then are they glad because they be quiet. So he bringeth them unto their desired haven. Oh, that men would praise the Lord for his goodness and for his wonderful works to the children of men.
Stop right there. You see that, brother and sister? Yeah. When you in a storm, let's don't play like we don't be going through that. Because when you in a storm, I can imagine them being out there in the middle of the ocean and them waves up to the brother Crawford. I don't. The Navy and all that. You got them ships. I don't think I do. When them storms come, I can imagine how the sea mount up to the wave. I can imagine seeing that movie with George Clooney playing in The Perfect Storm. Yeah. When the two storms collide together. That's power, man. Yeah. And you out there in the midst of a storm, and you need to get this. You out in the midst of a storm, you don't have no control over nothing.
Nothing. Not at all.
You got control over nothing. So what I'm saying, brother and sister, we sure enough got to have some confidence in God. Mercy. That's what trust is. You got to have some trust and confidence in God when you at your wit's end, Sister Tanya, and everything around you just coming to loose. You got to have some trust in God. Because that is a scary situation. When you can't control nothing. I might be talking elementary. I'm talking to you. You cannot control that. That's just like being in a car and the brakes going out. You gonna say Jesus, somebody help you. You gonna tell somebody to help you. When it's out of control and you need the Lord's help. That's why Jesus was showing them, I have did all this before your eyes as children of God. And each one of us tonight, and this is all here, God has already done something in our life. He done already brought us through something. And all he asks us to do is just trust him. We are children of God, and God just wants us to trust him in any situation that he allows. And that's another thing. If he allows it, He gonna take care of you.
That's right. Amen.
If you allow it, He gonna take care of you. It might look crazy. It might feel different. It might feel it's gonna feel uneven. He gonna take care of you. But it's all, Brother Tim talked about it. All it takes is us to just trust Him. That's when you really got to trust Him for the cross. You really got to trust. Give me the 27th vision song. 27th vision song. Let's see what David said.
We're going to
start at verse 1, my brother.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, come upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumble and fail. Through and hosts should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in His temple. For in the time of trouble He shall hide me in His pavilions. In the secret of His tabernacle shall He hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies round about me.
That's good, my brother. That's good. You see that? David said, the Lord is my life and my salvation. Of whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I fear? When David was going through this, David even had his sons trying to kill him. Not even Saul. He had King Saul. He had Absalom, and he had the rest of them trying to kill him. Everybody was turning away from David. He was turning away from David. And when David gets to this verse right here, watch what David said. David said in verse 4. No, let me see. Hold on. Where that? Y'all been a long way. I'm going to get that. He said in verse 3, he said, though a host shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war shall rise against me, in this will I be confident. The confidence was the trust that David had in God. That's right. The trust that David had in God. Now let me back this up. David is unique in his own way because Saul was Israel king. David was God king. God told Samuel to go to Gentiles and get my king. He said, use a man after my own heart. But Brother Crawford, I got a problem. David slept with Bathsheba and sent his husband out on the front line to get killed. The two sins that David committed up under the old law were death. He should have been dead. But God gave David the show of mercy.
He repented.
He gave David, you talk about a storm, he gave David, and then not only did he give David a show of mercy, he delivered David out of everything. Saul took care of Saul, took care of Absalom, took care of all of them, and got them out of the way, and brought David right on back up to the kingship and appointed him king. I'm still speaking about storm.
Come on.
He said, but he had, David showed the confidence that he had in God. Well, I said that, brother and sister, because when we make mistakes, we got to show mercies of David in our lives right now today.
Come on.
We got to show mercies of David. So we make mistakes, but let's don't use them as a clutch or crutch to do wrong. Use them for our benefit from God, because we got to show mercies of God upon us. Lord have mercy. Yeah. And then, in the storm, after God had allowed all this to come upon the disciples, and the disciples cried out to him, he arose, verse 39, he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. When God sees fit, even when we cry, we must wait on the Lord in our storm. When he sees fit, and he shows up, and he shows out. And he said, peace, be still. And when God shows up, even in the midst of your storm, and say, peace, be still. You might be dealing with your husband. You might be dealing with your wife. You might be dealing with an illness. You might be dealing with some issue that is going on in your life, financial. No matter what it is, what you can eat, and nothing can stop God. Nothing can stop him. He can speak peace, be still into any situation.
Amen.
I don't care what it is. Jesus can fix it. Any situation. Heart attack, blood pressure, cholesterol. It don't make what it is. Anything that he can do it. And then he said, peace, be still. That word peace, be still means it's enough.
All right. Yes, sir.
It's enough. The storm is over.
Yeah.
You should have your lesson by now. It's enough. Let me read this to you. The disciple was aware when Jesus demonstrated his power over nature. Even the wind and the waves obeyed him. Seeing this incredible display of power should strengthen our faith in God. Just as he was able to calm the stormy sea, he has the power to calm our stormy tossed life.
All right.
When Jesus is in our boat, we need not fear the storm of life that threatens to drown us. No storm is so violent or so powerful for Jesus not to come.
All right. Yes, sir.
He will be there for us. He will keep us. And all this transpired about through the storm because the disciples didn't take consideration of who he was and what he has done. They hadn't gotten to that yet. And the Bible says in verse 40, and he said unto them, why are ye so fearful? How is it that he have no faith? How are you so fearful? I'm in the boat with you.
All right.
Bad along with you. Got everything in control. And why are you so faithful? Why are you so faithful? Why are you so fearful? Why are you so fearful, Campbell? I ain't gonna deal with y'all. Why are you so fearful? Why you worried about day-to-day tasks that you can't even take care of? Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you another thing too. It's easy to sit back and watch somebody that's going through their storm.
Right.
But when the storm hits your doorstep, it's got a different ring tone to it.
Oh, yes.
When the storm hits your doorstep, it got a different ring tone to it. And you really got to do some inner searching of yourself. You can't sit back. I can't sit back and look at Brother Crawford. I can't sit back and look at Brother Starr. When it hit me, I got to sit back and do like Paul did. I got to cry 3 times. I got to do some praying. I got to be able to deal. I got to be able to deal. And another thing too, brother and sister. When we go through storms and God bring us out on the other side of the storm, it's to comfort somebody else. It's to comfort somebody else. It's to help somebody else through their storms. But a lot of times, we as brothers and sisters in Christ, sometimes we walk sideways and turn our back on people and keep pushing.
Well.
Got quiet. I must have said something about it. I'm going to go back and talk to the Bible. I must have said something, word of God. Got quiet. Sometimes we see people going through something. We might not be able to do nothing, but we can say, brothers, I'm praying for you. I don't know what you're going through, but I know something going on. Give them a encouraging word, hug, and tell them everything gonna be all right.
Yes, sir.
We got not just you praying, I'm praying with you too.
Yes, sir.
Because when you take one match, you can break that match. But if you put a bunch of matches together, you can't break it. It's power in togetherness. It's power in unity. It's power in unity. And that's why we need to come together more in Christ Jesus. And verse 41. And they feared exceedingly and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? When God show up and do something in our life,
Mercy.
it's fearful, but it's not a fear. It's not a fear like you being scared. When God show up and bring you out of a situation, Brother Star, and you know it's a supernatural thing, and you know it couldn't have been nobody but him, and it mess you up, man.
Yeah.
It mess you up. You tell somebody they just got cancer, and they go to the doctor and tell them they ain't got cancer no more. Man, come on, man. Come on. Any kind of situation. If you come on, you get home and something that you were not looking for, and God, some people don't sit there and say your bill has been paid. And you don't know how it got done. That thing mess you up. That's the time to feel it's exciting. But that's the time we ought to just tell him, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for what you have done for me. You know he didn't have to do it. And just tell him thank you.